Good morning. Do me a favor. Go ahead and hit that like button. But most importantly, go ahead and hit that share button before we get started. Go ahead and share this video. Go ahead and let your people know. Mimi the Motivator is on. Log on right now. And if you are watching this later, I want to see something in the comments that says hashtag replay gang. Yes, yes, yes. All right. It's cold here in Colorado Springs. I don't know about y'all, but it's cold outside. It's going to be warm tomorrow, though. All right, go ahead and hit that share button and let's get this party started. Don't be afraid to go ahead and chime in and let me know where you are tuning in from. And let's get this party started. Good morning. Get my microphone in my face here. There we go. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, love bugs. It is your favorite motivator's favorite motivator, Mimi the Motivator, and this is the Get High on Motivation show. Welcome. We are in season 4. This is episode 4. I know it's going to say the wrong thing on our things, what I do believe. Let's fix that real quick. We can fix things. Technology is on our side this morning. So is the universe. For anything that we want to make happen, we can make it happen, Captain. We can make it happen, love bug. Do you believe me? If you don't, then you very well should. Today's food for thought is simple. It's simple to say, but may not be as easy to make happen. Today's food for thought is act as if. Act as if. What does that mean? When we were growing up, we always heard fake it till you make it. And so fake it till you make it always had some kind of negative connotation to it. And some people like, I ain't faking nothing. Well, that's fine. And then if I ask you to play pretend, you'll probably tell me that you're too old to play pretend. And that's fine as well. So what I'm going to give you today is act as if. Act as if that which you desire is already manifested because it already is. Act as if that new home is already yours. Act as if the job is yours, the gig is yours, the contract is yours. Act as if you are happy, healthy, and wealthy. Act as if this is the best day of your life because it is, and it's all completely up to you no matter what happens. You get to decide. You get to control how you feel. It's all up to you. So no living by default today. Today, act as if everything is going to work out perfectly because it always does. No matter what it feels like, sounds like, and temporarily is the situation in the physical, everything is always working out for you. So act like it. I remember when I was in college, I did this play called Mule Bone. And in Mule Bone, in the first act, I was Miss Alice Childress, and I was the mayor's wife. But by the second act, I was a Baptist preacher man. And I was defending my client. And I was telling the people that they better act like it. And everything I said, you better act like it. That's what I want to tell you today. Act like it. Act like it already is, because it is. The only thing that is missing is you acting like it. You acting like you really believe that what you've been praying for, meditating on, whatever you want to call it. That thing, the thing that you've been scripting and writing about. That thing that you've been hoping and praying for. That thing, it already exists. It's waiting on you. So act like it. Act like you believe it's a thing. Act like it's on its way. Act like it's already been done. And watch how the universe starts moving for you. It'll be like watching one of those movies where the scene just starts transforming. I can't think of the movie right now. I want to think of where they're in the dream that's in the dream, and they are forming the dream with their mind? What if you could bend reality with your mind? What if I told you that you could? And how we bend reality with our mind is changing our thoughts. Acting like something is, playing pretend, playing house in your new house at the old house. Walking into your job as if you're the boss. You may not be the boss yet, but if you have a desire to own your own company, you need to act as if. Act as if you own the place. Act as if the bottom line is completely dependent upon you. Act as if. Because when we start acting like it, that is our body getting in sync with our mind. Because if our mind and body are not on accord, things are not going to manifest. If you think in one way but act in a different way, you confusing the universe. You confusing yourself. Let's stop confusing ourselves, love bug. So our challenge today, and maybe for the rest of the week, to be 1% better is to do a better job of acting like we believe what we're working towards is working towards coming to us. Let's act like we are worthy of that thing that we desire. We're worthy of the relationship. We're worthy of the $1 billion. We're worthy of the big house. We're worthy of the fleet of cars. We're worthy of the private jet. We're private jet. I'm going to tell you what else you're worthy of. You are worthy of the yacht that has the matching helicopter with the helipad on there. You are worthy. You are worthy. You are worth being on all that land that you think about, being away from everybody sometimes. You're worthy. You're worthy of starting the biggest business. You're worthy of starting that nonprofit. You're worthy. And you know who else is worthy? The world. The world is worthy of you. The world is worthy of you having that which you desire so you can give back to the world that which you desire. See, when we are manifesting, we are not just manifesting for ourselves, love bug. We're manifesting for everybody attached to us. We're manifesting for everybody watching us. They're watching to see, are we doing what we say we're doing? They're watching to see, are we doing what we're telling them to do? They're looking at us as the example. They're looking at you as the example, whether they say it or not. There's so many people watching you right now. They're not hitting the like button on your videos or on your memes, but they're watching you. They're watching for your success. Some of them are rooting for you. Some of them are rooting against you, but that ain't none of your business. Your business is to act like you have already won. That thing that you are working towards is already done, because it is. That's why you see it in your mind. That's the challenge sometimes of being a visionary. It's seeing what you see in your mind's eye and then opening up your carnal eyes and seeing something that does not match up to that. It can be frustrating. I know, love bug. That's why we have to be more mindful of acting as if. So no matter what we see with our carnal eyes, no matter what's really going on in our quote unquote reality, forget your reality. Bend your reality. Change your reality. So let's go ahead and get into today's conversation about change. So the weather's changing. The weather is changing. Fall is upon us. It's a beautiful time, and it's definitely a time to remind you that it is time for you as well to change with the time, to change with the season, to change with the environment, to change with the climate. And I'm not meaning the weather climate, but the climate within your organization, the climate within your household. You get some of the best lessons in life looking at the trees from Mother Nature herself. But the trees have wisdom, honey. The older the tree, the more wisdom probably that it holds. But trees offer so much wisdom. But during this time, especially if you're in a place like Nashville, I love being in Nashville during this time. I'm going to have to make sure that I get through there next month just so I can see all the leaves and all the colors and all the browns, the oranges, the reds, the yellows. And then you see the other trees, the leaves are falling off. It's letting me know that reminding me it's time to let some stuff go. Change is upon us. Change is within us. And change is inevitable if we want the things in our life to change. So every second Sunday on Clubhouse, we've been doing this event, Better Than Church. Real Raw Redemption is what we call it. And what I walked away with the message being this past Sunday is that it's time for us to become brand new, and not a refurbished version of ourselves, but a brand new version. A brand new version of me. It's time for a brand new version of me. Say that to yourself. It's time for a brand new version of me. Go find a mirror. If you're driving in your car, peek at yourself in the rearview mirror, or just look at the reflection in your phone or in your computer, whatever you got to do. And look yourself in the eye really quick and say, it's time for a brand new you. If we want what's going on around us to change, then we are going to have to change. It's a must. We've come to that point of our lives where we're going to have to convert or transform, call it what you want, our shoulds into musts. Y'all already know how I feel about the word should. So that's why I'm not going to should on you, and I'm not going to allow you to should on yourself. We're going to turn our shoulds to must. So every time you hear yourself saying, I should or I should have, I must. It's time for us to really get clear on what are our priorities. It's time for us to really get clear on what this new person looks like, what this new person does, what kind of disciplines. And understand that, no, it's not going to be easy. I'm sure a lot of us are trying to change. We still working on our New Year's resolutions, and it's September. But it's okay. There's still time to change. See, what you may not know is that our mind is set up. I almost feel like it's set up against us half the time. But our mind is set up to protect us. So anytime that we are starting to venture off mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, or even spiritually into new territory, into a new domain, things get a little scary. Things get a little shaky. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. It just lets us know that something different is happening, that transformation is taking place. For my yogis out there, they can relate to, or even if you're not a yogi and you went to a yoga class that one time and they had you doing that one move and your legs just started shaking and you're just shaking it down, you're like, why am I shaking like this? It's because there was transformation taking place. And not just transformation in whatever muscle groups you were using, but transformation in your mind. So things are going to be shaky when we are trying to change. Our mind is programmed by our environment. And it's operating from that space. It's operating from what it knows. You can't blame it. That's why we have to teach it something new. We have to expose it to something new. That's why visualization is important. When we're out here operating, we're operating with 5% of our conscious mind, battling against 95% of our subconscious mind, our subconscious programming. That's a real battle, but it's possible. Because if you come with some real force with that 5%, then that 95 gonna fall down. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. So it's possible. Have you ever seen a big punk or a big guy that's not strong, he's very weak, has no muscle? If he was to hit somebody, it wouldn't have any impact. And then you see that little guy that's like, like Scrappy Doo, that will punch and knock somebody's lights out. That's how our conscious mind is going to have to operate. We're going to have to operate like Scrappy Doo. We have to hone our any Scrappy Doo energy just so we can overcome what's been there. It's time for a 3.0 or a 4.0 version of yourself. It's time to upgrade yourself. You want to upgrade in life, but you don't want to upgrade yourself. And understand that progress is a process. Don't expect immediate change. And don't expect the change to happen without there being some steps in this. I said progress is a process, right? And processes typically include steps. So you're going to have to be ready to go through the steps. No elevators, my bad. No escalators, my bad. You're going to have to take the steps. You can't shortcut your way to the real success, to lasting success. You're going to have to take the steps. You're going to have to take the steps, if nothing else, so that way you can tell somebody else the steps to follow to get there. So take the steps. Be willing to take the steps. Be willing to go through the rainy days, the dark times. You have to be ready. You really just, more than anything, have to be ready to change who you are. Your situation is not going to change. Your circumstances are not going to change. Your relationship, your finances, your environment is not going to change until you change. Get with it. It's just like wanting to not get out of the bed because it's cold outside. Man, that's not going to work. Get with the change. Adapt to the change. Act like the change don't faze you, even if it do. If you tired, act like you ain't tired. If you broke, act like you ain't broke, because broke is a mentality anyway. Act like you rich. Act like you wealthy. Change your concept of how you view you. It's not everybody else. You think it's everybody else, but it's you. You judging you on their behalf. What do you think about you? It's not what they say about you. What do you think about you? Change what you think about yourself. Create a brand new you. If you got to cut your hair off, cut your hair off. If you have to change the color of your hair, do what you have to do. If you have to change the way you dress, you definitely probably need to do that. Because if you want to be a boss, then you need to look like a boss. You can't still be walking around looking like a minion, looking like the employee. Boss up. Boss up so hard they don't recognize you. Boss up so hard you don't recognize yourself. Pull a new you out of the hat. Recreate yourself, not refurbished, because that's the problem. It was so called out by Simply V. She said that we were trying to take a refurbished version into our future, a refurbished version into this new space. We cannot do that. You're trying to hold on to certain parts of you, the parts of you that make you feel comfortable, the parts where you say, well, I'm just like that. No, you're not. Your personality is a preference. Shout out to Hillary at Leadership Pikes Peak for that one, man. The preference change, man. You can change your personality. Your personality is your personal reality. So if you want to change your personal reality, then you may need to change your personality. Take on a new personality. Take on the personality of the person that you wish you were. We'll call it your alter ego. Give it a new name. We talked about ego last week and how we give our ego a name, but let's also give our alter ego a name. And let your alter ego be everything that you desire to be when you grow up. And allow your alter ego to completely act in that space. Allow your alter ego to show up to the meetings. Now, people might be a little looking at you like, what was you on? What did you have to drink before you came here? That's okay. That's their business. We're not here to judge ourselves for people. What we are here to do is to create our best life, to create the life that we desire and deserve. Because the life that we desire and deserves us. What we're yearning for and longing for and dreaming about, we deserve that. What we are visualizing, we deserve. That's why we're visualizing it. That's why it's calling us. It's calling us to work towards it. It's calling us to take the steps towards it. Love bug, you have to change who you are. To change what you do and to change what you have. Who are you? Better question, who were you? And who are you deciding to be now? We have to make the decision. We have to decide and commit to the decision. You can't be flaky with yourself anymore. You have to show up for yourself. Remain committed to yourself. Remain committed to your vision. Because the only way what you desire is going to happen is if you remain committed to you. It's not about anybody else being committed to you. It's about you being committed to you. Are you committed to you? Are you ready to up your level of commitment? Are you ready to up your level of investment of you into you? Are you ready to invest more time and energy into yourself? Because what's way more important than crossing off a to-do list is feeling good. Because when you're feeling good and feeling great, feeling good, things just come to you. That's how the law of attraction works. Is feel good and watch what happens. Concentrate on feeling good and watch what happens. And that doesn't mean concentrate on doing stuff that give you temporal pleasures. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying go out and party and just kick it and waste away like the prodigal son. But what I am saying is to feel good in your mind. Start your day feeling good. If you got to play a certain song that gets you feeling a certain type of way, that gets you moving and dancing, even if you don't dance, you move when this song comes on. It's your song. It makes you feel all powerful, gets you hype. Listen to it every single morning. I don't care if the people in your house get tired of hearing the song. Who cares? When I first started my company back in, I want to say it was 2008, I used to listen to Drake's Successful every day, all day. And when I say every day, all day, I mean every day, all day. It was on repeat. It was ridiculous, y'all. But it kept me focused on why I was doing what I was doing. What song can refocus you and remind you why you are doing what you're doing? What song motivates you? What song encourages you? You may need to listen to it more than once a day. Listen to it first thing in the morning to get you out of bed while you're making up your bed. You'll make up your bed with a different kind of attitude. Listen to the song on your lunch break so you can remind yourself why you go to work. And remind yourself that, yeah, I go to a 9 to 5, but this 9 to 5 is my investor. And that's the way I'm going to look at them, because they are investing in my dreams. They're providing me the resources I need to invest in me. How much money out of the money, the income and revenue that you generate, do you spend on you, investing in you? And I'm not talking about just going and buying new clothes. I'm talking about really investing in yourself, investing in your health, investing in your wellness. How many of you all have a coach? Let me tell you, I don't care who you are. A coach can take your life to the next level. And I'm not saying you have to hire me. Find the coach that fits you. I might not be the one for you. But if I am, holla at your girl. Because it is time for us to level up. No matter where you are, it's time for us to level up. It's time for us to make the change that needs to happen, so that which we desire to seek change in, and we've been waiting on change and expecting change, so that can happen. Let's make it happen, Captain. We have no other choice. So in my last couple of minutes, we're going to address a runny nose. So during this time, it's going to be very easy to say, oh, my allergies, oh, it's cold. But if your nose is dripping, the truth is that you are lacking self-love. Yes. A drippy nose is an indicator of self-love. So if you're dealing with a drippy nose or know somebody dealing with a drippy nose, first of all, send them this message. Send them this whole entire show, okay? Because they need the whole thing. And tell them they got to wait to the end for something special for them. Because if you told them that you were sending them the reason why their nose is dripping, they're probably not going to listen. They might. Who knows? But our nose is dripping when we are lacking self-love. So what we can do is wake up every single morning and go stand in the mirror and stand and kind of just look at yourself. Check yourself out. Check yourself out like you would check somebody else out. Look yourself up and down. Look at you like you look sexy, like you look good, like you look like a piece of meat. And say good morning. And then put your name there. So if it's me, good morning, Mimi the Motivator. I love you. I really, really love you. And I accept you just the way you are. Every morning. It doesn't take much. As soon as you get in the bathroom, that needs to be the first thing you do. Now, if you got to use the bathroom bad, okay. I'll let you go on and do that first. But then when you're washing them hands and you're looking in that mirror, that's when you start the flirtation of the eyes. And then after you dry your hands, then make your move. I love you. I really, really love you. I love you just the way you are. I accept you just the way you are. I approve of you just the way you are. I love you and I love everything about you. I love my body and I am fulfilled. I love my life and I am fulfilled. So somebody's probably thinking I don't love my life right now. But that's okay. Just stay with me, okay? Because remember, we're acting as if, right? We're playing pretend. We're faking it till we make it. Call it what you want. That's Siri letting us know it's time for us to go, y'all. So I love you. Act as if. Remember, change who you are, and everything around you is going to start shape-shifting. You are a shapeshifter. You can bend reality with your thoughts. So start changing your thoughts. Create brand new thoughts. Create a brand new you, not a refurbished version. I love you. Come back next week. Make sure you share this with somebody. But most importantly, be happy, be healthy, be you. I am your favorite motivator's favorite motivator, Mimi the Motivator. And this is the Get High on Motivation Show. Bye, y'all.